Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Press, good afternoon, and to the fellow PEs, REEs, and RMEs. Good afternoon to all of you. So my presentation will be divided into two. The first one will be around 10 to 15 minutes, just to give you background with regards to the low voltage protection device. And the other half is I want to show you the basic plotting or the manual plotting of TCC. So yung mga mag-PEE rito, I think you should consider the manual plotting before plotting to Excel, just to understand the basic overview of TCC. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Our discussion is all about the low voltage system protection device coordination. Wait. So before I start, uh, I just want to give some basic uh, saying of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. Humility is the first step towards learning. You cannot learn until you are humble enough to realize there is something for you to learn. Okay, so dapat open tayo sa mga new learnings kahit na alam na natin yung pinag-aaralan or yung dinidiscuss, just to give ourselves a review, no, nung mga basic. Minsan yung basic ang nakakalimutan natin. So I just want to take this opportunity also na doon sa mga PE aspirant, no, try nyo magpunta or mag-avail ng learning sa course ni Sir Vincent, because as a PE, malaking help din siya sa akin during those times na nagpe-prepare ako ng TER. Okay? So next. So references of our discussion, so you can refer to the following during the preparation of your TER. So IEEE Standard 141, IEEE Recommended Practice for Electric Power Distribution for Industrial Plants. You can also refer to IEEE Guide for Protective Relay Application to Power System Buses, IEEE Guide to AC Motor Protection, and you can refer also to IEEE Recommended Practice for Protection and Coordination of Industrial and Commercial Power System. And the last one, you can refer also to the ABC of Overcurrent Protection by Thomas Smith. So protection equipment and devices. Low voltage circuit breakers according to IEEE C37.100-1992. Low voltage circuit breakers are classified as follows. We have MCCB and the low voltage power circuit breakers. So MCCB has different type. We have the thermal magnetic, the MCP or the motor circuit protector, and the insulated case circuit breaker. Low voltage circuit breaker, this type of circuit breaker are utilized or applied in low voltage system, which is 600 volts and below. So as you can see here, this is the trip adjustment capabilities of the low voltage circuit breakers. We have the MCB, also known as the miniature circuit breakers. This is the non-adjustable type circuit breakers. So fixed siya. We also have the MCCB and the ICCBs. So this is onboard adjustable trip responses. So thermal magnetic MCCB device number 52 or device number 52 by ANSI device. The long time element of thermal magnetic MCCB typically has a tolerance between 0 to 25%. The long time band is normally operated using bimetallic and it's fixed or non-adjustable. Instantaneous element of thermal magnetic MCCB is with no intentional delay or time delay due to the fast action of electromagnet energized by short circuit current. So basahin ko lang to ng mabilis just to able to proceed dun sa TCC manual calculation natin. So 100 ampere frame or greater 100 ampere frame designed with adjustable instantaneous element. So basically, here's the thermal magnetic MCCB trip characteristic. As you can see here, no, we have the overload region, okay, the long time. This is represents the long duration that the circuit breaker can withstand. And we have also the instantaneous or the magnetic. We have the interrupting time and interrupting rating. And we have the unlatching time. Unlatching time indicates the point which circuit breaker senses an overcurrent in instantaneous region. So we have the thermal element. The other figure, no, represents, or the curve represents the thermal element and the magnetic element of MCCB. So this one, it's the same, no? It is showing the non-trip region. So every equipment in operating left beside the non-trip region is a non-trip area of the circuit breaker, while the other one is the trip region. Okay, this will trip the circuit breaker or operate the circuit breaker during the overcurrent scenario. Okay, so for the thermal magnetic, we have also the thermal. We have also different kinds of a pickup and settings. For example, we have the long time pickup, also known as LTPU, long time delay, short time delay, short time delay pickup, short time delay, instantaneous, and ground fault. So later meron tayong explanation, brief explanation on that characteristic or tripping capabilities. So another protection is magnetic circuit protector. This type of MCCB operates on the magnetic region only, okay, with instantaneous current sensing element for short circuit. Then we have this magnetic circuit protector is combined with separate overload device or device number 49. Ideal for motor circuit protection as its magnetic are adjustable in setting intervals and current rating of MCP generally calibrated at 500 to 1000 of its nominal MCP current rating. So this one is MCP, how to size the MCP. So you have to calculate the lock rotor asymmetrical multiplied by 2, divide the maximum MCP multiple, which is typically 10. Okay, if the maximum MCP trip knob is 10 times FLA or the full load ampere, the symmetrical should be around 50% of knob range. So this one is you can use this one as a reference in settings of your MCP. So the MCP curve look like this one. No? Pag pinalat mo siya, meron tayong sample mamaya. Mapakita ko man lang yung basic plotting. So this is the MCP characteristic or trip curve. Okay. On the left side, this is the motor trip curve. So mamaya meron tayong example niya. Low voltage power circuit breaker. The LV PCB is more rugged, flexible, and have higher continuous current ratings and higher interrupting ratings. And the contacts are operated by either manually or electrically. And electrical ratings include the ampere frame, number of poles, frequency, nominal voltage, and interrupting ratings. Sample of low voltage power circuit breaker. So next one, ito yung tripping capabilities or tripping characteristic of the low voltage power circuit breakers. We have the continuous amperes. Sorry. Okay. So continuous amperes, it is a continuous amps, varies the level of current the circuit breaker will carry without tripping. So it is a continuous amps can be adjusted to 20 to 100% of the circuit breaker nominal rating. For example, you have a 1000 ampere trip. It can be adjusted to 20% if your load is around 200%, or if the circuit you want to protect is around 200 amperes. So 20 to 100%, okay? So adjustable siya. The long time delay, if you don't have any motor control protector, the long time delay can be used, no? This tripping capability can be used in long time pickup values that will determine the circuit breaker will trigger or to open. Usually, the long time delayed use in motor starting condition. The short time pickup is used in selective tripping. The short time pickup function determines the amount of current that circuit breaker will carry for a short period of time, allowing downstream protective devices to clear the fault without tripping the upstream protection. So sometimes, again, for information, the protection coordination is not an exact science. It is an art. Sometimes it depends on the protection engineer. How can he seize or how can he protect the system based on his own analysis? Okay, so that's why the IEEE, it's not mandatory. Okay, for example, if you read the IEEE, it is a recommended settings. It's still the call of the power systems engineer to analyze his system. So short time delay used in conjunction with the short time pickup controls the time involved in postponing the short time pickup trip. This allows better coordination with the downstream thermal magnetic circuit, breaker, and fuses. Instantaneous, as we all know, it is used to trip the circuit breaker without any intentional delay at any current, usually between 2 to 40 times of the breaker continuous operating current. Ground fault. Ground fault pickup controls the amount of ground fault current that will cause the circuit breaker to interrupt the circuit. The adjustment can be set to 20 to 70% of the maximum breaker rating. In compliance with NEC, no trip point shall exceed 1,200 amperes. So ICCB, hindi ko na-discuss yan. You can read it na lang just to proceed with the calculation and manual plotting. IEEE Blue Book Standard 1015, the comparison between the low voltage power circuit breakers, ICCB and MCCB as well. So we have the type of protection. We have an open type. This type of protection or zone of protection, this zone will see all fault currents and backfeed currents downstream of the protective device. We have also the closed type, meaning this zone are protecting limited envelope like the differential relay. So TCC, time current curve, a log-log scale compresses values to more manageable range for better interpretation and or analysis. Kasi in a power system, the power system consists of high current because we calculate the fault current. It is 1,000 amperes. So we need a log-log system or log-log scale to plot those critical points of current with regards to its time. So the I squared T curve plot a straight line. So makikita nyo here, on this side we have the times or seconds, and on the x-axis it is a current in amperes. Okay. So sa TCC, mahalaga lang dyan yung scaling na tinatawag. So if hindi tama yung scale na ginamit mo, definitely mali yung plotting na magagawa mo for your analysis. So for this one, it's only showing the maximum minimum trip capabilities of the circuit breaker. Okay. For example, this one has a 3 seconds minimum tripping capabilities and the maximum is 8. No? Kaya pinapakita lang dyan is yung the maximum minimum or the threshold or limit of a particular circuit breaker. Okay, yun na yan. So pag thermal magnetic, naka-fix. Electronic trip, yung mga electronic trip unit natin. So nagagalaw mo yung each characteristic. Okay. You can read this one na lang. Ito is, yung pinapakita lang here is the same brand. As you can see here now, automatic talagang meron siyang interval in between those circuit breakers. The left side is fuse. So this is ideal setup of a protection device, you can have a selectively coordinated system pag ganito yung ginawa nyo. But sometimes, during our actual practice, meron naman talagang hindi same curve or same family curve. So nagkakaroon ka ng overlapping in between those protection devices. So for this one, for example, meron akong fault less than 1/8. Definitely the system is selectively coordinated if the fault is around 1,800 below. But pag ang fault natin 1,800 above, definitely yung red curve will simultaneously trip kasabay nung blue. So yun yung analysis dyan. Okay? Ito mamaya meron na lang akong papakitang sample para tawag nito mas ma-appreciate nyo yung curve, no? But this one for those REE and preparing TER, no? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Beyond this point, this is equipment operating area. Okay, this is the protection area. This is a circuit breaker. Okay, you have a long time delay. Continuous current, long time delay. Okay, the short circuit pickup. Okay, and the instantaneous pickup. Okay, then we have the equipment damage area. So if the circuit breaker will not able to trip in a certain period of time, pag merong fault, definitely maapektuhan yung mga damage curves mo rito. For example, you have a cable damage curves here, the transformer. So definitely it will be not or it will not protected against the fault current. So this is an example of overload. Okay? Mamaya, I think meron akong example dito. Ginawa ko lang example ng mabilisan. And then we have also the MCP, the motor control protector. Okay. Para magpunta na tayo dun sa sa calculation. For the relay, it is a special approach, but actually it's the same, but you need to know the characteristic of your relay. Now, pag medium voltage na yung pinag-uusapan natin. So, medyo hindi siya sakop ngayong discussion natin. So, again, sa course ni Sir Vincent, it will be discussed how to protect using relays pag medium voltage. Since tayo is low voltage, so we are considering the circuit breakers for the low voltage system. So this is a relay, For the motor damage curves, mamaya meron din tayong example for the motor damage curves, but the behavior of the motor during starting or cold start, it will generate an asymmetrical value, okay? Okay, the asymmetrical value, then it will pick up to a accelerating time, depends on the motor nameplate. Sometimes 2 seconds, sometimes 5, 8, or 10. Okay, for this example, it accelerates at 2. So it will decay to a continuous current, operating current, or the full load current na tinatawag. So once na hindi nag-decay, makikita nyo, for example, this one, hindi siya nag-decay going to the full load current. Dapat meron kang sasalong protection dito. For example, the overload relay, just to intercept the fault current or the overload current. No? Mamaya, meron example niyan. I hope maganda yung plotting ko mamaya. So this one, this is a sample of a TCC for using ETAP. No? Pakita ko na lang mamaya. Sa transformer damage curves, we have 4 categories. So yung mga, alam ko yung mga nag-TTR na rito, very familiar na sa kanila yung category of transformer. So if your transformer is sized 5 to 500 kVA single phase and or 15 to 500 kVA three phase, this is a category 1 transformer. You can use this table in determining the damage curve of your transformer. Okay? So current in per unit, so simply multiply the current times your full load current or full load current of your transformer either on the secondary or the primary. But may mga considerations dyan, no? Depende sa winding ng transformer mo. the delta Y, definitely iba yung for example, iba yung fault sa Y pag na-read na sa delta. So mamaya, I think meron akong figure na magpapakita nun. So for category 2 transformer, we have 501 to 1667 kVA single phase and 500 to 5000 kVA three phase. You can use this table in determining the damage curve of your transformer. So dito, palitan mo lang yung impedance, no? Kung anong impedance ng transformer mo, definitely magbabago yung curve na ito. Right? So, ang kagandahan dito, pag ito na-plot mo sa Excel, kahit anong, pag na-input mo to sa Excel, kahit anong impedance ng transformer mo, kung marami kang transformer, pwede mong i-replace yung value ng impedance ng transformer and it will generate the damage curve of a particular transformer under category 2 transformer. Next, we have category 3. For example, the category 3 is 1667 to 10,000 kVA in single phase and 5001 to 3000 kVA three phase. So this is the equivalent damage curves or input values of the damage curve of the transformer. And we have the category 4, no, malalaking transformer na ito. Above 10,000 kVA single phase and above 30,000 kVA three phase. So this one is example of the damage curves of the transformer. Okay? So dapat pag nag-plot ka ng transformer, you should also consider the inrush current 12 times the full load ampere at 0.1 seconds as well as the inrush current 25 times FLA at 0.01 which is applicable with fuses. Okay? Or fuse sizing. So yan. Cable damage curves. Mamaya may papakita ko but this is under ABC of coordination. So hinighlight ko na lang itong in red kasi ito yung gagamitin ko mamaya sa example of the plotting of the cable damage curves. So depende yan kung no conduit or nakakonduit yung K-factors mo. Magkaiba rin sa underground duct as well as direct buried. So mamaya meron akong example. Pakita ko mamaya yung basic calculation natin using this formula. Okay? This is a CTI. This is applicable for the current interval, no? Or sorry, coordination time interval of your protection. It depends on the protection you use from the upstream and to the downstream of your system. So this is the recommended CTI or coordination time interval. Okay? Sige, plotting tayo. Wait. Wait lang, I will look for the document. Nakikita yung isang screen? Meron naman, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Nakikita ko.
Okay. So this one, I prepared a basic single line diagram. Okay. Kanina nag-short circuit kayo kay Sir Vincent. So I think mas madali niyong maiintindihan or makakasabay ngayon. So I prepared a single line diagram. Pa-plot natin yung TCC ng mga to. Okay. So for this example, I have a 34.5 kV tapping point which has a 200 MVA short circuit. The X over R at the tapping point is 20. Okay. Then I have a transformer delta Y grounded or delta Y grounded and 1 MVA 34.5 0.4 kb with an impedance of 5% and the X over R is 6. Okay, 6. So I have a cable. So assume lang din naman to, no, for discussion purposes only. So my cable 1 is 5 sets of 300, 5 sets of 3 250 mm square THWN. The length is 30 meters. So I use the R and X values for the cable in PEC. No? Makikita to sa PEC natin. Resistance of 250 mm is 0.043 ohms per 305 meters. And the reactance is 0.039 ohms per 305 meters. So I assume that is 1,500 ampere trip. Plot din natin mamaya ito in a manual way. Then I have a motor control protection, which is 225 amperes. We have a contactor 300 amperes. When an overload relay, i-plot din natin mamaya yan. Then we have cable 2. Cable 2 is 250 mm THWN. The length is 50 meters. Then I have a motor, 75 horsepower, 380 volts rated. The power factor is 0.9, efficiency 0.95. X over R of that motor is 15. And the lock rotor is 600 of the full load ampere. So now, bago natin ma-plot, the requirement of protection settings or the protection coordination is to find the fault. So I need to find the fault at FP1 and FP2. So kanina maganda yung explanation ni Sir Vincent, no? Wait. So now let's have a short circuit calculation. Kaya nga sabi ko kay Sir Vincent, sana siya na lang nagtuloy. mas mas maganda sana. So this one is an example of our discussion. Wait. So now, as we all know that the fault current formula, actually kayo malilito, it's the same with Sir Vince's discussion earlier. IA is I base times IPU. Okay? But my I base is simply MBA base over square root of 3 times my voltage base. And my IPU is simply VPU, Ohm's law, divided by ZTPU. So the VPU, so we can say also that voltage actual is V base times VPU. Okay? Therefore, my VPU is V actual by V base. So I assume na during my fault, 400 volts yung voltage nung bus kung saan naka-connected. And gagamitin kong voltage base later is the same, 400 volts. That is why my VPU is 1 per unit. Okay? Next. So, sa formula ni Sir Vince, for recall lang para do sa discussion, I fault three-phase symmetrical right is simply MBA base square root of 3 times B base say TPU. As you can see, parehas lang po yan ng formula do sa taas. Kung i-break mo yan, it is MBA base over square root of 3 B base times 1. Kasi may 1 ako rito, ito yung 1 per unit. Divide by say TPU. Kaya it's the same. No, kaya wag kayong malito. Nasanay lang po akong mag-short circuit na ganito. Next one. Wait. Declare a common power base. So, ako gusto kong gamitin na ang MBA base ko is it's the same as my transformer base. So, declare, wait. Declare a common power base which is typical to all your calculation. All throughout your calculation, it is the same power base. So again, ang gamitin ko, power base or my MBA base is my rating of the transformer. You can use anyone, like for example 100, 10, depends on you, but kailangan all throughout your calculation it's the same. So MVA base, I use 1 MVA. And my voltage base is the secondary side. Ang gamitin ko yung 400 volts. So based on this calculation, my I base is MVA base 1 MVA square root of 3 times 400 volts. So it is equals to 1,443.38 amps, which is the same as I secondary of my transformer. Balikan natin. Secondary side na lang to. So pareha sila, no? Pag secondary side yung kinuha kong transformer based sa 400 volts, it's the same, 1,443.38 amps. So now, let's now convert the per unit values of these electrical components located in the system. So we have to convert the utility, which is a source of fault. We need to convert the transformer in per unit values, the cable, and the cable 2 plus the motor. Okay? So as you can see here, I provide a flow of current fault. No, pag hinanap natin yung fault sa fault point 1, the contribution will be the utility plus the motor. Okay? So let's calculate now the conversion. So utility. So sa utility, so the impedance of the utility in per unit is simply MVA base over the MVA actual. So you need to include the short circuit power factor or the reactance to the resistance ratio. So you will get that the function or the invert tangent function of X over R. Okay. So the per unit impedance of the utility is 1 MVA, which is my base. The actual is 200 MVA. So the X over R is 20. So the per unit impedance of the utility is 0.005 angle 87.14. So pag ni-rectangular mo yan, kasi for example, yung calculator nyo hindi capable to add directly or to multiply directly, you need to convert it to rectangular. So kung gusto niyo mag-fault calculation, pwede niyo isama yung rectangular form ng polar form mo. So 0.0, wait, excuse 0.0, you can check this one na lang kung tama sa ano nyo, sa review nyo. 00499. Sensya na po sa sulat. So this is your per unit impedance of the utility. Now let's go with the transformer. So per unit impedance of transformer is MVA base, MVA actual times to the percent impedance. Okay. And the short circuit or the ratio of the reactance over the resistance, inverse tangent function of X over R. So MVA base is 1 MVA over the actual, same, 1 MVA. And my short circuit impedance, or the impedance, will be 5%, so 0.05 inverse tangent of 6. So the answer is 0.05 angle 80.54. So meron na tayong transformer. The next one is cable. So cable 1. Pares lang 'to kay Sir Vince. So inaano ko lang just for additional information, ano. So for cable 1, the PU, or the per unit resistance of cable 1, is simply MVA base kV squared, right? Times ohms, or the resistance, times the entire length of your cable. So PU, resistance of cable 1, MVA base is 1 MVA over kV squared, or the base voltage is 400. Okay. The resistance of 250 mm square THWN is 0.043 ohms, but it is in 5 sets. So this resistance should be divided 5 sets. Okay? Multiplied by the entire length, 30 meters per 305 meters as per Philippine Electrical Code. So PU, or the per unit resistance of cable 1, is 0.00528 per unit. Next, PU XC1, or the reactance of cable 1, is the same. MVA base kV squared times the resistance times the length. MVA base is 1 MVA, 400 squared. Now, the reactance is 0.039. Also, it's the same. This value should be divided by 5 kasi naka 5 sets tayo. Times 30 divided by 305 meters. So the reactance now is, check nyo na lang guys pag ano, kasi on the spot kasi ito 4819 angle 83.71 degrees. So cable 1, next cable 2. So para hindi kayo malito, lagyan niyo ng impedance o PU. Cable 1 is simply 0.00528 plus J, 528 plus J 0.00479. Convert nyo na sa polar para kung manual kayo, alam nyo na yung values sa polar. So 0.04819 angle 83.71. This is for cable 1. Next, PU, or per unit value of resistance of cable 2. Same formula na lang, no? Diretso na natin. 1 MVA base over 400 squared multiplied by the resistance of the 250 mm square is 0.043 ohms. Since naka 1 set lang yan, divide by 1. So pwede nyo nang wag ilagay. So the total length is 50 divided by 305. So the answer is 0.04405 per unit. Then PU, the reactance of cable 2, 1 MVA base 400 squared times 0.039 ohms times 50 divided by 305 meters. The answer is 0.03995. So, lagay mo na lang din 'yan para hindi ka malito, no, pag naka-manual ka or yung calculator mo is it's not capable of doing direct calculation of rectangular to polar. 0.04405 J 0.03995, which is equals to 0.05947 angle 42.21. So meron na tayo. Ang huli na lang natin yung motor. So sa motor, conversion to per unit. Oops. So PU, reactance of motor, MBA base over MBA actual multiplied by V old, V new, squared times the subtransient reactance, okay, and the X over R. So since naka horsepower yung motor, so 75 horsepower, we need to convert to MBA para MBA din makuha mo rito, diretso. So 75 horsepower, MBA of the 75 horsepower motor is simply 75 horsepower times 746 watts square root, oh sorry, wala pala, hindi pala current. So this will be divided by the power factor and efficiency. So you will get 0.06544 MVA. So naka-MVA ka na, pwede mo nang gamitin dito. But in the other practice, ang ginagawa ng iba, 1 kVA, 1 horsepower, 1 kVA. Pwede naman, conservative yung calculation mo. So next, so PU, XM of the motor is simply 1 MVA over 0.06544 times the voltage of the motor, the rated, connected to the 400 volts at the tapping point, squared, times the subtransient reactance. So ano yung subtransient reactance? So the subtransient reactance, sabi niya, is 600% daw yung LRA symmetrical, right? Kanina. Dun sa unang page natin. Tingnan natin. This one. The LRA. So, para makuha natin yung subtransient reactance, so it is 1 divided by 6. Sorry. So PU, or the per unit reactance of motor, is simply J 2.2985. Therefore, yung PU, resistance of motor, di kunin natin yung J 2.2985 divided by the X over R, which is 15. X over R nyo, 15 yung motor. 0.1532. So, para hindi ka ulit malito, oop, so per unit impedance of motor is 0.1532 plus J 2.2985. So in polar form, 2.3036 angle 86.19. Okay. So meron na tayong mga per unit values ng system natin. So now, let's have the impedance equivalent diagram. So sa impedance, so this is the utility, your transformer in series with your cable, right? Then you have the bus. Liitan natin ng onte. Sorry. So utility, transformer, cable 1, this is the bus, this is the cable 2, and this is the motor. So let's point kung saan nagagaling yung fault. Utility and the motor. Right? So hinahanapin natin yung fault dito, which is fault point 1, and on this side sa terminal ng motor, which is fault point 2. So alam naman natin na may mga values na tayo niyan per unit of utility, per unit of transformer, per unit of cable 1, per unit of cable 2, and per unit of motor. Sorry. Yan. So, ngayon, kung hahanapin natin yung fault point 1, this is fault point 2. Hahanapin natin yung fault point 1. All source of the fault, no, babalik yan sa source. So this one will be parallel to this one. Okay? So kung titignan mo yung equivalent impedance diagram niya, utility, transformer, cable. Then you have the 400 volt bus. Sabi natin babalik ito sa source. Kasi ito yung So ngayon, pag bumalik sa source, nandito na ngayon yung motor mo plus your cable. Ito yung fault point. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. Okay. So parallel. So this one, the utility is in series with the transformer impedance in per unit. In series with your cable 1. The value that will get this one in the series value of this one will be in parallel to the series of motor and your cable 2. Okay, so meron na tayong value, compute ko lang. Kayo naman pwede nyo na lang gawing review ito kasi nakapag short circuit kayo ka Sir Vince kanina. So the impedance or the total impedance per unit, wait lang po. So this one will give you 0.0987 angle 82.46. Okay? So, pag kinuha mo tong rectangular form nito, this will be your x over r. Ito yung sinasabi kanina sa discussion with Sir Vince na you can utilize in the multiplying factor formula. So, ngayon, I fault three-phase symmetrical. I base times IPU. I base ko is 1,443.38, which is the same as my full load, secondary full load current on my transformer, times IPU. So 1 per unit divided by the total impedance per unit is 0.0987. So my fault current at fault point 1 is 14,623.91 amps. So meron na tayong fault point 1. So fault point 2 para makapag-plot na tayo. So at fault point 2, which is on the terminal of the motor, this is at the bus, right? So at fault point 2, terminal of the motor, so kung kukunin mo yung impedance diagram niya, so ganito mangyayari. So this is utility, transformer, cable 1. Ay, sorry, may click. Dito na lang, next page na lang. Ayusin ko na lang to para malinis tignan. So at fault point 2, impedance diagram, utility, transformer, cable 1, cable 2, the terminal, then this is the motor. So if you conduct series parallel uh, formula or circuit reduction, the say TPU now, this one is in series. Okay, this side parallel to the impedance per unit or per unit impedance of the motor. So say TPU now is 0.11443 angle 68.99. So now my I fault three phase, if I use the same formula above with respect to the impedance at the faulted point, I get now 10,002.63 amps. So next, sabi natin 30 cycle, the minimum fault, right? So when we selecting a device or equipment, we should refer to the highest or the maximum fault available at the topping point. Ngayon pag nagsiset kayo ng protection device, minimum, no, just to ensure that your equipment will be not withstand to the highest fault, no, para mas protected siya. So now we can consider the 30 cycle. So sa 30 cycle, ang magbibigay na lang ng fault is the utility plus the transformer plus the cable. So limiter kasi yung cable. So pag meron kang fault from the utility going to the bus na faulted point, no? So para makuha mo 'yan, ito na lang yung magbibigay sa iyo ng contribution. So the I fault three phase here. You can also check this one, meron na ako. Ay sorry, not I three phase, sorry. Sorry. I fault line to line. Sorry. Nahilo na class. iFault 3-phase nga. iFault 3-phase. iFault 3-phase. At 30 cycle. Or 30. Lagay natin. So, MVA base divided by square root of 3 times 400 volts. Now, my total impedance will be now 0.1001. If I'm not mistaken. You can check this one na lang. But my fault current 30 cycle is 13,999 amps. So my I line to line is simply square root of 3 or 87% of my three-phase fault at 30 cycle. So this one will be 12,124.15 amps. Okay? So mamaya i-plot natin yan dun sa TCC. Yan. So kailangan kasi natin ng mga fault current sa TCC. Oops. So now let's proceed. Oh, sorry, meron pa pala. Para ma-analyze natin yung motor, we need to have the starting current model. So yung 75 horsepower natin kanina. So starting current. Kasi yung motor, isa doon sa pa-plot natin, right? Starting current model. So A, we need to find the full load ampere. Siyempre, para makita natin yung continuous operating current, ma-reflect natin doon sa TCC or time current curve. 75, 746, square root of 3 times 380, which is the rated voltage of the motor or the equipment, the power factor multiplied by the efficiency. The full load ampere now is 99.42 amperes. Next, sa plotting, kailangan natin ng lock rotor symmetrical. So that is B. So LRA symmetrical is, sabi niya, 600% of FLA. So this one is 6 times 99.42 amps. 596.52 amps. So this one, assume natin na mag-accelerate yung motor. Let's assume na yung time to accelerate is around 5 seconds. So meron na tayong LRA symmetrical. We have the full load ampere. Ano pang kailangan natin sa plotting? In-assume lang natin to. Pag kayo is nag-TER, check the manufacturer's catalog or the motor nameplate. Okay? So kailangan natin last is LRA asymmetrical. Anong letter ba to? BC. LRA asymmetrical. LRA asymmetrical, this is the asymmetrical, which is the inrush. So this one is 176% of the LRA symmetrical. So 1.76 multiplied by 596.52. Ito na lang. So this one is 1,049.88 amps. After that, para diretso tayo. So meron na tayong lock rotor. Compute muna natin para dire-diretso tayo. So kailangan natin i-plot yung motor circuit protector or the MCP. So sizing the MCP. Okay, yung formula natin kanina sa slide, LRA symmetrical. Oh, sorry. Asymmetrical to. Asymmetrical. Wait ka lang. I will double check lang. I think asymmetrical. Yeah, asymmetrical. Sa dami pong formula. Ayan siya na po. Asymmetrical times 2. So therefore, the asymmetrical is 1049.88. Yan yung na-compute natin kanina. Yan yung 176% of the symmetrical times 2. Assume yung 10 is the number of knobs. So therefore, this is 209.97. Therefore, I can use or utilize 225. Use the next higher, MCP. So, pa-plot natin mamaya yan. So, the settings of MCP. So, set MCP. Sa lecture ni Sir Vincent, makikita nyo ito lahat plus the transformer. Kaya I would suggest you should attend that one. MCP 1049.88 amps. So the rating of the MCP is 225 para makita natin kung saang knob siya dapat nakaposisyon. So it is 4.66. So nakaposisyon siya sa 5 times yung knob mo with respect to the LRA asymmetrical. Okay. So next, meron na tayo niyan. Ano pang the relay? The overload relay. Balikan natin ito mamaya. Punta lang ako dito sa may overload relay ko. Lagyan muna natin pala ng value to. Okay. Para kailangan natin mamaya dun sa tawag nito sa ano natin sa plotting, no? So this one is 99.42. Sorry. So yung na-calculate natin, 99.42, which is the full load amps. Our LRA symmetrical is 596.52. And LRA asymmetrical is 1049.88. So what is the time? The FLA is a continuous. So non-trip. So sabi natin yung LRA, we assume the LRA symmetrical is at 5 seconds. And the LRA asymmetrical, definitely this is 0.1 second. So mamaya, tawag nito, plot natin yan. Okay? Now, let's discuss the overload relay. Wait. Meron akong table na ginawa na kanina. Para yun na lang gamitin ko, mabilis tayo. So for overload relay, I choose the trip class 8 and the trip class 10 multiplier. Now, you can double check kung capable na or pwede na sa inyo yung 7, 6 or other trip class. But definitely kung mas bababa kayo, didikit yung line ng overload relay nyo doon sa motor curve. So this one na check ko na, mas okay sa akin yung 8 at 0.8 trip class. So this one, this is the trip class with respect to the percent current in FLA with respect to time seconds, no, dun sa cold start na tinatawag, kasi yung cold start natin yan yung pinakamataas na current, no, na magkakaroon ka ng inrush doon sa motor kasi at rest yung motor mo, it will generate a high torque to operate, no. So this one I have already the percentage, sorry, saan ba yan? So I have already the percentage, nilagyan ko na. I will give you a clear copy na lang nito. Then with respect to time. Okay? So dyan ko kinuha yan. Yung full load current multiplied by the percent full load current with respect to time. So dito, balik tayo sa doon sa table na di ano natin. Wait. Balik tayo dito. Punuin natin siya. Okay. So dito, based dun sa graph, no? 1,000 at 100% is my 99.42, which is continuous, no? Non-trip. So 400 nag-cross doon sa graph. This is 125%. 200 is 140. 177. 300. 400. 541. Bigay ko yung kopya ng graph para makita niyo yung intersection ng FLA with respect to time. And 715%. So the equivalent amperes is 124, 139, 176, 298, 398, 538, and 711. So the class factor is 0.8 based doon sa figure kanina. Based doon siya sa pagka-select ko ng time class ng class, no? Trip class. So at scale 10, at class 8, definitely it will give you 79.54, 99.2, 111.2, 140.8, 230.4, 318.4, 430.4, and 568.8. Okay? So mamaya, ito hindi pa tapos kasi depende pa yan dun sa tawag nito, sa scale na gagamitin natin mamaya. But this one, I think ang ginamit kong scale is 100. So you need to divide this by 100 para pagdating doon sa TCC nyo, hindi na kayo malilito. So 79.4 is 0.7954, 0.992, 1.112, 1.408, 2.384, 3.184, 4.304. Dinivide mo lang na 100, then 5.688. So yan yung kailangan natin. So now, plotting tayo. So nakuha na natin lahat. Ano pala? Sige, sunod na lang natin mamaya para mas ma-appreciate niyo yung TCC. Mamaya may cable pa pala tayo at transformer. So let's plot first the motor. So dito sa motor, meron akong blank TCC. So ang gagamitin natin is, sabi natin is yung amperes ko multiplied by 100 kasi yun yung scale na gagamitin ko. Ang reference voltage ko ngayon is the 400 volts. Okay? So now let's plot. Unahin natin yung motor. Hanapin natin yung FLA full load ampere na 99.42. Okay, scaled by 100. So it means it will fall. Kung ito is 1 times 100, this is 100. So definitely yung full load motor mo nandito. Full load current ng motor mo before 1. Oops. Yan. So yan yung FLA mo. That is a continuous operational current of your 75 horsepower. Now let's find the LRA symmetrical at 5 seconds. So hanapin natin yung 5 seconds kasi yun daw yung accelerating time. Tapos 596.52. So magfo-fall siya sa 500, this one. Okay? So this is 5 times 100 kasi ang scale natin is 100. So almost 600 na siya, 596.52. So this one is 500, right? So this one is 600, yung susunod na line, ano? So project mo lang yan, hanapin mo yung 5. So around here, no? Yan. So ito raw yung LRA mo na symmetrical. Last one, LRA asymmetrical. LRA symmetrical is at 0.1. Hanapin mo yung 0.1. Tapos ang value ng LRA asymmetrical current mo is 1049.88. So 10 times, ito yung 10 mo, then multiplied by 100, so nandito yung 1,000. Right? So kung yan ang 1,000, so it falls around here at 0.1. Assume natin nandito lang. Okay? So connect mo na ngayon para makita mo yung curve ng motor. Sorry yung ano ko kasi mahirap yung pad ko eh. So connect natin. Oop, ito na. Ito kalaban. Oop, yeah. Kahit kayo na lang mag-perfect, no? Pag meron kayong graph, so pwede naman siya i-perfect. Wait. So kayo na lang mag-perfect. Sipin nyo, straight line. So connect siya sa 5. This is the accelerating time. No, kailangan mag-decay yung motor mo to continuous current or operating current. So, plot natin siya rito. Oop. Then, connect mo ngayon doon. Di ba parehas siya nung ano sa ngayon dito? Ito kasi hindi naman siya totally perfect na meron siyang ganyan. Kung titignan nyo sa ETAP yan, ganyan yan. And this one, kung sa ETAP ito, hindi naman siya direct straight, ano? Ganyan yan. Yan. So this is the motor damage curve of 75 horsepower motor do sa problem natin. Now, let's plot yung overload. MCP muna. Yung MCP is 225 but it can carry the lock rotor asymmetrical of 1049. So 1049 around here. So ano ba yung lock rotor natin? 1049. Okay, 1049. I will choose blue. So 1049 around here. This is 1000. So somewhere here. So project mo yan kasi nasa tawag nito magnetic region yan, ano? So diretso siya. So this is the MCP. Okay? This is the MCP. Yan. This is the MCP. Ito yung kinompute nyo ng 1,049, which is the settings of the MCP with respect to the 225 amperes na pinili natin. Okay? Now, let's plot now the overload relay based do sa table na ginawa natin. Sabi natin kanina, you can check na lang the table, no, para diretso na tayo. Okay? Wait. So let's what do you call this? Let's start with the 1,000 or sorry, 400 na lang para mas mabilis. Kasi definitely didikit talaga siya dun sa continuous pag nakita natin mamaya. So let's start with the 400. So this is the 400. Okay? 400 seconds. Ang base sa table, it is 125% of the full load current, which is 124 multiplied by 0.8. You will get 99.2, and our scale is 100. So 99 divided by 100. So i-plot mo siya at 0.992. So 0.992 is around here at 400 seconds. So somewhere here. Okay? Next is 200. Ang current niya is 11.2. So somewhere here, assume mo na somewhere here. This is, what do you call this? 200. This one. So, ang point niya, somewhere here. This one. Okay? Next, 100. Ang equivalent current niya, pag merong scale of 10, is 1.4. So 1.4 somewhere here at 100. Okay? 35 is 2.384. 35. So this is 50. This is 30, 40. This it will fall here. 35, 2 point something. Yan. Okay, next is 20 seconds. Here is equivalent is 3.184. Teka lang. 20. 20. 20. 3.184. 20. Here. Yun. The next one is 10 seconds at 4.304 as a scaling factor. 4 is dito. 4.3 around here. So this is your curve. Overload relay. Hindi matama. Ayan. This is your overload relay. As you can see here, meron tayong clearance. Okay? Kasi kung gumamit pa kayo ng small factor, definitely it will touch the accelerating time of 0.5 doon sa overload mo. So dapat merong clearance to give way to the inrush current, no, para mag-operate yung motor. Okay? Next one. So meron na tayong cable, meron na tayong motor, meron na tayong overload relay, may MCP. So next, ang i-graph natin yung low voltage circuit breaker. So sa low voltage circuit breaker, yung main circuit breaker na 1.5, so saan siya magpo-fall? Yung 1.5 base sa scale, so sa 15, right? Yun yung circuit breaker niya. So 10, this is 20, this is 1.5, right? So this is 1.5 of the one. This is the continuous, no? So, yan yung point niya. Okay? 1,500 is still a continuous operating for the low voltage circuit breaker. Next one, ilan natin yung fault pala para makita natin yung fault. So, yung fault natin. Fault. Ito yung fault natin. Excuse lang, sandali lang. Plot natin yung three-phase fault. Ano ba yung three-phase fault natin kanina? 14,623 at fault point 1. So, kung i-divide mo yan using our scale of 100, so 14,663, okay, divide by 100, 146. So, somewhere here. So, this is 100, this is 200. So, 200, 150, around here, so somewhere here. So, kung ipa-plot mo siya, gusto mo siyang makita yung fault na yan. So, yan. This is your I fault 1. Three-phase fault, symmetrical. So, what is I fault 2? Which is 10,000. So, approximate here yan, no? So, 10,002. So, this is your I fault 2 at the terminal of the motor. So, the MCP, if there's a fault at the terminal of the motor, it will intercept and able to trip the circuit breaker. Makita niyan, this one. Okay, now let's plot again. So again, we're considering the I fault 1, which is this is 14,000 sorry, 14,623.91. Then what is I fault 1 at 30 cycle? So kanina na compute natin is may papel ko. Wait lang ah. So 13,999. So you can check na lang this one para meron din kayong practice, but the concept of finding the fault current with respect to the TCC as well, no? Nakita nyo naman paano ginawa. So you can double check it. So the I fault is 13,999, which is the minimum fault, no? So medyo una lang siya ng kaunti dito. Close value kasi. So I assume na lang na nag-fall dito. So this will be my setting of my protection. Okay? So this is the reference as a minimum fault na na-calculate ko sa 30 cycle. This is my reference, no? Ngayon, tawag nito, kung meron ka pang mga feeders doon sa main bus mo, definitely your instantaneous will be disabled to 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 give way to the downstream circuit breaker to operate. Hindi pwedeng magsabay. Okay? Hindi pwede na pag nagkaroon ka ng fault sa feeder 1, sabay yung main circuit breaker mo sa transformer protection mo or secondary protection mo. So hindi siya pwede. So this one I assume ko lang na this one 13,999 based on the short time pickup, instantaneous disable. So I can trip this one around, set ko siya dun sa electronic trip unit 0.4 seconds. So hanapin ko yung 0.4. This one somewhere here. Baguhin na lang natin ng kulay. Wait. Point 4. So this, sorry, 0.4. So, yan. So yung long time, so meron na tayong tawag nito continuous sa low voltage circuit breaker. Meron na tayong short time pick up. Okay? So yan yung current ko, which is the minimum fault reference of 13,999. So ngayon, ang hanapin natin yung long time delay. Okay? Yung long time delay, usually it's around, pwede siyang 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, or 8, 10, depends on your tawag nito, what do you call this, characteristic or a model of your low voltage circuit breaker. So I assume only 10 na lang tayo. Okay? So this one, you can project up to 10. Okay? That is the the continuous plus the long time delay can referring to this one, 10 up to, wait 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 lang wait. Okay, 10, try natin to. So at 10 seconds, I assume only this is the capability of your long time delay, no? Can operate 10 seconds up to, let's say, pwede siyang 5 seconds. So up to here, 10. Oh, at 2 seconds yan. Yan. So this is the operating of the long time delay. It can utilize in a motor starting. Then this is the long time, short time delay. Sorry. Here. Then instantaneous disabled. But pag meron kayong instantaneous, the graph will look like this one at point 1. Sorry, at point 1. Yan. This is the instantaneous region. Okay? So next, kung meron tayong transformer based doon sa ginawa natin kanina, doon sa presentation na meron tayong table na ginagamitan natin ng direct substitution, multiply niyo lang yung per unit ng values nung category ng transformer doon sa full load current ninyo. You can plot the transformer curve, damage curve, no? Pero kung titingnan natin, muna tayo dito sa damage curve. Hanapin ko lang yung transformer na ginamit natin. This one. So, this one is the per unit, 1.0 per unit of the fault current at the downstream or the main bus. No? Kinalculate ko siya. Based on the per unit given to the table by the category, ang transformer natin na 1 MVA will fall under category 2. So if you plot this one, medyo delayed na, sige, but plot natin, sige. Start tayo. 2 seconds, 1,674. No, lang ha. Para mabilis tayo. Kailangan ko ng ng monitor. Para ma-plot lang natin yung transformer, then the cable, madali namang i-plot yung cable. Wait lang ha. Para meron lang ako reference, mabilis yung pag-plot. Okay, based sa table, no, na multiply na natin yung full load current with respect to the per unit value. So plot natin yung damage curve. So at 2 seconds, we have 20,292. So, hindi siya kita rito. Putol pala ito. Andito siya. So sige, balik tayo para madali kong ma-plot. Hmm? Hmm? Sorry. So plot natin yung damage curve ng transformer. So 20,900 divide by 100. So 20,928 divide by 100 as a scale. So yan is nagko-fall around 209. So 100, 200. So at 2 seconds, hanapin nyo lang yung 2 seconds. So 2 seconds will fall here. 200. 200. This one. Yan. Next one is 9,000 at 10 seconds. Based on the category 2, it will fall around the scale of 100 at 94.60. So hanapin mo yung 94.60. So this one, 100. Ang seconds niya is 10. This one, it will fall here. Okay, the next one is 5,000. So equivalent niya sa scale of 100 is 52 at a time of 30 seconds. Hanapin mo yung 30, 50. So 52 around here. Next one, 60 seconds. The equivalent current scale at 100 scale is 39.76. So somewhere here at 100. Somewhere here. So dito. Yan. Then next one is 300, 25.11. So 20, 325. This. So kung i-connect mo yan, ito yung damage curve. So siyempre meron pang dog leg, no? Yung dog leg will be 2 seconds at 167. 267. Kung ipa-plot mo siya at kasama mo yung dog leg part nung ayusin nga lang natin to para mag-ano lang. Bigyan ko na ibang kulay. 167. Wait, class 167. So when we plot the dog leg, no? Ito lang siya, no? Para mabilis lang tayo, class. So pag pinalat mo siya using the table provided in category 2 multiplier with respect to the dog leg of the frequent fault curve, no? Yan, ganyan siya. So meron na tayong transformer, we have the low voltage circuit breaker, we have the MCP, the overload relay, the motor, and last yung cable. So sa cable, ito lang sundan natin. Wait. Para mabilis. Lagay ko na lang yung formula. Lagay ko rin yung formula. Ito, matututunan nyo ito kay Sir Vince. Pwede nyo gamitin yung sa ABC of coordination of T is equals to 0.0297 log 10 of T2 plus 234 T1 para makita nyo yung damage curve plus 234 times A over I squared. So this one, naka-circular mill yung cable. But meron sa power system lecture ni Sir Vincent, I squared, sorry. Na-convert na to sa mm square. Naka-metric na. So this one is to the fifth log 10 of T2 plus 234 T1 plus 234. In our diagram, naka THWN, so the T2 is 150 degrees and T1 is 75. So T1 is the operating current, T2 is the short circuit temperature, or T1 is the operating temperature. Okay, so for the short circuit curve or damage curve, you can start at 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. So based sa ABC of coordination, ang value niyan ng multiplier mo with regards to overload curve, this is overload curve to be exact. Sa ABC of coordination, merong equivalent multiplying factor yan. So this one is 21.97, 702. Bigyan ko na lang kayo ng kopya ng ABC of coordination. Pasa ko para may reference kayo. 245 and 132. So now, para makita mo yung overload, for example, nung cable 1, so the ampacity of cable 1 or THWN 250 mm square based sa PEC at 75 degrees table, it is 375. Since naka 5 sets ka, so mas tataas yung ampacity mo. Then you should multiply this by 21.97 at 10 seconds. 5, 375 at 702. 5 times 375 at 200. So 2.45. Wait. 2.45. This is 7.02. And 5 times 375 multiplied by, what is last one? 132%. 21,702. 1.30. Okay, so this one will be your short circuit curve, or sorry, the overload curve of your 250 mm square cable. But in practice, no, hindi lang kayo basta-basta magre-refer dun sa ampacity ng 375. You should consider kung ano ba yung orientation mo or yung cable management mo doon sa ginagawa mong system. For example, kailangan mo diyan i-consider yung ambient temperature factor, no? Kasi na-derate yung ampacity plus the proximity effect, no? Kung nasa cable tray yung mga cables mo. So merong factor 'yon, no? Nagde-derate ka ng cables mo. So dapat i-derate mo muna yung cables mo, then bago mo siya hanapan ng overload curve. Yun yung tamang approach sa design. So definitely pag nakuha mo na yung short circuit curve, then you should calculate the the overload curve. You should calculate now the short circuit curve based on this formula. Okay? You will find the current with respect to time, kung anong time yan, is from 10, 1 second, 0.1, and 0.01. So substitute mo lang ito dun sa formula dito, your time, this one, you will get now the current based on the 250 or the size of your cable. Kaya pag nag-plot ka, you can check this as your activity na lang. Oops, sorry. Actually, ginawa ko na yung TCC natin eh. Actually, yan yun. Inulit ko lang. So, ngayon, it will yung cable natin will fall somewhere here. Pag pinalat mo siya, based sa values doon sa formula and TCC curve. And what do you call this? And the overload and the short circuit curve. Okay? So, my apology, no? Medyo mabilisan lang yung presentation. Actually, kagagaling lang sa ibang activity. So I hope you gain kahit na hindi naman ganun kalalim a basic knowledge with regards to the protection coordination, no? Uh, Merong magtatanong, sir, paano po pag fix yung breaker? So hindi mo siya basta-basta ma-plot. I would suggest na gamitin mo yung scale na ginamit nung fixed circuit breaker. Doon ka mag-plot ng protection devices mo para hindi mo na siya gagalawin. Naka-fix na kagad yung ibang circuit breaker na gagamitin mo sa TER mo. Okay?